Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So today it's ridiculously cold out. No idea what that cat's doing. It's ridiculously cold out, so we're going to work in the shop. It's supposed to be cold all week, so we'll probably do some shop work this week. So first thing on the agenda for Monday morning is we're going to pull the oil cooler out of the 270. It has a small leak about right here in the cooler, and we've been running it that way for a while now, and we are going to pull that cooler out. There's a place that repairs them. We're going to take it to that place, get it repaired, and get her set back in there and solve the hydraulic oil leak that this hoe has. So another thing I'm going to try to get to this week is the MC crawler, get that clutch throwed back together and get the final drive put back on and get that running. So hopefully this week, since it's going to stay cold, we'll get on that too. And then maybe we'll work on the 720 some. We'll see what happens. So Dad Strength and I are going to get started. We've got to take this off. We got to take this wall out. The air filter housing all has to come out because this line comes from the oil cooler in here, comes through the wall and connects here, and then there's another one right above it that does the same thing. So this wall definitely has to come out. This will all have to come off. Some of this air conditioner stuff will have to come off out of the way. So a lot of tin work to take off before we can actually get that cooler picked up and out of there. Luckily, it's got two nice lifting eyes on it, so once we do get it loose, we can probably lift it out with the Bobcat. We'll see what happens. So let's get started. So while Dad's Strength's up on top, I'm going to work on taking the bottom bolts out of the cooler. There's 4 big bolts that take a 15/16 socket to get those out. And I got some of my new corn cob floor dry down under here, down in the oil, trying it out, see how well it absorbs the oil. So I'm going to go grab the impact and buzz them out. All the big bolts are out of the bottom now. Okay, so we've got all our sheet metal tore off. The 270 looks kind of naked without it. So I got those bottom bolts out of the cooler. We've got one in the corner down here, one in the top. Dad's Strength's got this one out and that one out. And the back one up top's out. So all we have left to do is disconnect these V-bands right here, top and bottom. And we'll probably have to take at least this steel line off the valve body for this one to pass by as it comes out. So far it hadn't been too bad of a project. So I'm going to grab the hard impact and I'm going to take these apart now and get those out. And hopefully there's no oil in it since we drained it. I'm sure there's going to be some oil down here, but not up here. It should be drained. So let's see what happens. Seal all this when it goes back together, so we're just going to take them completely apart. Yeah. That one. There's that one. There's some oil in there. You grab me some rags. There you go. Yeah, them rubbers are pretty, it's got some cracks in it. to get the pocket pry bar out. Great, my pocket pry bar. There we go. Should slide up there. Okay, we'll let that drain for a little bit. What's left in that line, and we'll take it off. Okay, now we're ready to pull the cooler out. We think we cheated a little bit on how it's actually supposed to come out. I think you're actually supposed to pull radiator and all out, but what we done was there were some tabs here that we cut off that held a little screen that went across here. And by getting rid of those tabs, we're able to pull this cooler, we think, straight up and out. And if we do that, like that, we won't have to drain antifreeze or anything. I've got the radiator supported at the top a little bit, back to the intake on the motor, which is all heavy, good aluminum there. It's not like it's pulling very hard because there's still some supports, but it just wanted to tip forward a little bit, so I thought, well, we'll hold it back just a little bit just for safety. So Dad's gonna bring the Bobcat around. Dad's strength's gonna let him in, and we're hoping we got enough ceiling height and enough lift on the Bobcat to get it out. If not, we'll have to figure something else out. So we got her rigged up. We got a chain here. We're gonna put a lifting shackle in the fork and hopefully be able to lift it out and get her out and sent off to Ace Radiator. That's who's gonna fix it. So as you can see, there's a definite line on it. From there down is where it's leaking somewhere, and that's how the oil's migrated up through it. So hopefully we'll be able to pull it out easily. Okay, gently go up a little bit. Just curl. Curl. Okay, keep going. Keep curling. Something's still holding that. Hang on. No.
I think it's just coming out crooked, isn't it?
Yeah.
Better watch your feet around. Let me get this. That did it?
Go up a little more.
Up?
Yeah, up!
Up?
Yeah. Hang on. No, don't go. It's caught down here.
Where's it caught?
There's a weld down there that's caught on.
I think.
Shut
Hang on. I think this wheel sides just ain't on it. It's just board.
Well, how in the hell? I don't know. Set it back down. Pull forward a little bit. Now up.
You know what, Brandon? Are we caught on them bolts going through the sides of these brackets by chance?
Don't look like it though. You know what, Alex?
What?
Give me impact.
Which one?
I don't care. See these bolts here? Hey, if we take them out.
You got the little one on there?
Yeah, I got the little one.
And you should have the right socket.
Nope.
14's not up there?
I've got 14, but they're smaller than 14.
Oh, okay. Here, try this.
Okay, so we had to end up taking that side plate off. Now it's free.
And pull forward here.
Pull forward a little bit.
Now up.
Now up. Slowly.
Up?
Yep, up.
Oh, great.
Hang on, hang on, hang on.
Turn towards you.
Turn towards me. Steer over.
Now up.
Now up. Go up, 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 up. It's not real heavy, so just go up. I can hold it.
Like clear? You're still good.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, back up.
Back out.
I'm gonna go down.
Well, you're fine.
You got a foot above you. Good. Well, we're gonna take it over that time, wash it.
Yeah, take it out. We'll wash it up real good. That's nasty.
Just watch you don't get oil dumped on you. Yeah, I
You
know.
can start going down now.
All right, down.
Oh, there we go. It's out. It's out, and we're able to leave the radiator in, so I'm happy with that.
We did it.
But like I said, we ended up having to take that one side plate off. And really, if we would have done that, we probably not have had to cut them tabs off, I guess. But,
Don't tell them.
well, it's a helpful hint.
Well, now it's not the way for reassembly.
Well, yeah, now it's not in the way of reassembly. But now we can pressure wash this radiator out really good, which it looks like I just pulled the damn radiator out anyways, because look how packed it is with, oh man. We'll have to get it really soaked up with some degreaser.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
This hole looks naked without side panels. There's a whole pile of stuff we took off of it.
Up on top of the cab, there's a pile.
There's a pile up there.
Poor hose.
So, but at least after this, the oil leak will be fixed and there won't be no more problems. So we're gonna go outside and we'll get that pressure washed up, and I guess Ace Radiator actually picks them up. So we'll see either that, or either they come get it, or we take 88-mile trip to Fort Wayne and drop it off ourselves. We'll see what happens. Well, we just got back from taking that oil cooler, and of course on the way home they called us. They've already checked it out. They determined that in the middle of the cooler, about a foot up, the fins are, well, the tubes are actually rusted out. And I'm going to tell you exactly why that happens, why we have a theory, and I came up with this theory and everybody agrees with me. What I personally think happens on these excavators is the batteries sit here. The fan draws past the batteries, through the oil cooler, through the radiator, and the air passes alongside the engine. Well, what I think happens is the batteries vent, or they get shaken and a little acid vapor comes out of them, and it gets sucked right into that cooler constantly. And that's my theory why the tubes rot out. It's from the battery fumes and the battery acid actually getting on them and rusting the tubes. So it's about what, $5,500 to fix that cooler?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Be $5,500 to recore that cooler and 3 weeks to get it done. So we're going to call around to some dismantling yards and just see if we can come up with a good cooler out of another excavator, because I don't want this thing sitting in my shop for 3 weeks. So I got other projects I want to get in and out. So hopefully Drew's Parts will have another cooler, or I got a couple of friends. I got a friend in Kentucky and a friend in Virginia that know of a couple of dismantling yards. I'm going to have them get me contact information, and we're going to call them and see if we can come up with a cooler. Or if anybody on YouTube knows of a good cooler for a 270-5, let me know. So anyways, that's going to be the end of this episode of Dirt Green Steel. Sorry about the lighting when we were pulling the cooler out. I realized that the lighting kind of sucked, but there's nothing I can really do about it when the sun's coming in the back doors of the shop like it was. So I apologize for that not being very well. So anyways, we're going to clean up the shop. We're going to move on to a couple other projects in here. We might work on the MC a little today. We'll see what happens. But anyways, thank you for watching. Give me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and we will see you all in the next one. Won't we?
Bye.
Bye.